The Buffalo Bills secondary put on a show against the New York Jets last weekend. Every single starter in the secondary caused a turnover. So let's jump into the film room to break all of those plays down. So the first interception of the day belongs to Taryn Johnson. The Jets are in a 3-by-1 set, and it looks like they are playing some type of quarters coverage here. They have the linebackers mugging the A-gaps here. And I say it's quarters coverage or some form or variation because watch Micah Hyde and watch Jordan Poyer as the 3-by-1 set unfolds. You see Hyde squeezing the hashes here and with his eyes to the number 3 to the top of the screen. So as the linebackers pop out and as that receiver passes the second level, that guy belongs to Micah Hyde. So it looks like some type of quarters coverage. Now the Bills space this really well. It looks like the Jets are trying to sneak this receiver right here behind the second level, but the spacing is so good here. They will play the sticks, allow these guys to be wide open underneath, and then rally and tackle if Mike White decides to check it down to those outlet players. But he tries pushing it to the second level, and FAO Body gets a piece of the ball, and the ball flutters and ends up in Taryn Johnson's hands. Now this is why you mug the A-gaps. You threaten that you're bringing 6 guys, but really only bring 4. This, more times than not, will put the defensive lineman one-on-one with an offensive lineman. That's what happens here with Obata against the right guard. He uses a violent double-handed swipe. That guard tries being aggressive at the line of scrimmage. He beats the hands, and then he pries through the block here. He works through the offensive lineman and uses his length to affect the quarterback here. And the ball ends up falling into the hands of Taryn Johnson. Just great work by the Bills defensive lineman here, affecting the quarterback and getting off the field on 3rd and 10. 22 seconds left in the first half. This is the forced fumble by Micah Hyde. Bills are showing a too high look. Jets are in a 3-by-1 set on 3rd and long. Now, the Jets are trying to run a dagger variation over the middle of the field against a single high look, which is a perfect play call. So we're going to take a look at it from the top. You see the motion receiver be the clear out. He is trying to occupy the post safety Jordan Poyer to the top of the screen. And then they're going to try to sneak Corey Davis on a dig route over the middle, which they do. And the quarterback Mike White hits him perfectly. Now the Bills rotate into a cover 3 buzz weak. So you see Micah Hyde to the bottom of the screen drop into the hook the curl area. And again, versus a single high look, this is a fantastic call. They hit the receiver between the 2nd and 3rd levels, but Micah Hyde has been playing at an all-pro level, as has his partner, Jordan Poyer. Hyde does a great job here of stripping the ball before Davis hits the ground, really taking points off the board because at this point, the Jets were driving and they were looking for some points in a close game. The next turnover caused by the Bills secondary was Trey White's interception here in a cover 3 look. He works over the top of the post route and brings the ball in for the interception. Just great work by Trey White. Let's take a look at it from the top here. So the Jets are trying to essentially high-low the safety Jordan Poyer here in this cover 3 look. So it's a really good call, a really easy high-low read for Mike White. And post-snap, the Bills drop into that cover 3 look. And what the Jets are wanting the Bills to do is Jordan Poyer, generally when they see this crosser coming by Crowder to the bottom of the screen, generally they're going to get a slice call. Poyer's going to drive on that, and Trey White is probably going to work up over the top and replace Jordan Poyer as the safety there to help Levi Wallace, who gets out leveraged naturally because of the alignment and the route by the receiver. So on this play, Trey White is reading the wide receiver to the quarterback, and a lot of times you can see the spacing from him right here in this cover 3 look. He is really tight to that receiver, and usually there's a nice little window on a slant behind Taryn Johnson as he widens to the flats there. So they want Trey White to kind of hug that and at least become flat-footed there and not execute the slice. Really try to stop the quick game here on 1st and 10. Well, Trey White doesn't bite on that. He realizes that the slice call is happening. You see Jordan Poyer drive on Crowder, but Crowder hooks it up in the middle of the field. So this play really hinges on Trey White not getting flat-footed and working over the top end. Trey White, one of his best traits has been route recognition. You see him look across the field, realize what they're trying to do on this slice call, realizes that he needs to get back, and boy does he get back and show off his ball tracking skills and body control. Look at him flip his hips as the ball ends up coming up outside of the numbers there. Just great work of tracking the ball there and hauling in the interception. Watch Mike White's eyes on this play as he works through his progressions. Again, looking at Crowder quickly. Now he's reading the safety, Jordan Poyer, who is, of course, the single high safety there. He drives on the ball right there. You can see Mike White looking right at him, and as he does that, boom, his eyes shift over to the post route. Does not even pick up Trey White dropping into that deep area. Just great work by the Bills defense, and Trey White trusting his eyes and getting back after the slice call. So the next turnover is Levi Wallace's interception, and the Jets try high-lowing him, but he reads the route. He knows where the weakness in the coverage is, drives on the ball, and picks off Mike White. So let's take a look at it from the top. It's a 2x2 set, and usually when teams come out in 2x2, Bills run their quarters coverage. They disguise it really well here. They're showing it as man coverage, but you'll see as the ball snaps, they drop out into quarters. And the hole in this coverage, as you see the receiver to the top of the screen run a curl, you're going to have the number 2 receiver running a corner route. As those receivers go past the linebacker level, as those receivers get into their routes here, the window opens up behind Taryn Johnson and A.J. Klein, because Johnson is naturally going to flow wide with the out route from the running back. So there's a nice little gap in between the two levels there, between Taryn Johnson and Levi Wallace. And of course, the safeties are over the top. They're defending deep here. So Wallace realizes where Mike White wants to go. Mike White is at the top of his drop. There's a nice little void in the zone coverage here. So Levi Wallace trusts his instincts and drives on the ball, and it pays off for the young cornerback. So the final turnover caused by the Bills secondary is Poyer's interception here, 3rd and 10 situation. Bills are up big, 38-3. The Jets try attacking Levi Wallace to the top of the screen, and teams are starting to realize he isn't as easy to pick on as prior years. They try doing a double move to the top of the screen, but you see Levi Wallace back off, give him some cushion, and the Bills drop into cover 1 man free, and Mike White is hoping that his receiver wins the one-on-one and assumes that Jordan Poyer won't be able to get up over the top here. Well, White is under pressure and throws up a prayer here, and Jordan Poyer is there to pick it off. Just another player playing at an all-pro level on the Bills defense and in the Bills secondary.